Not only a tactic, no contact is psychological warfare. Right now, you probably want to know whether she is at all thinking about you or whether she has moved on. But let me ask you something real. Have you ever left a room anticipating someone would follow you and found no one did? That silence, that stillness, that agony in your chest, that does not point to a weakness. Raw power just waiting for direction. Since most men cannot handle difficult circumstances, the truth is most men break no contact. The silence chimes away at them. The uncertainty causes their uneasiness. They so cave. They first extend themselves. Defining themselves, they hope with words to win her back. They ask for another chance, sorry, overkill, let their emotions run wild. She loses respect, though. Every word they say in that moment wears away at it. Not because they are showing feelings, but rather because they are showing flaws. Instead of being strong in their value, they hand it over like a present she did not ask for. And a man faces the risk of losing respect permanently instead of just momentarily when he does that. Because in her mind, the mystery passes. The power equation transforms. He became the man she yearned for from the man she considered. No contact is the measure of your masculinity. About not only ignoring her, but also about fighting your own discomfort like a warrior. Keeping the line even if every inch of you wants to stray. Because real strength reveals itself in silence. And why should she ever feel obliged to break her silence if you cannot sit with yours? But today, I'm not here to suggest that you simply wait about. Here is how to transform no contact into an irresistible force of attraction so intense she cannot help but come racing after you. If you are done hunting and ready to be the man she cannot ignore, comment magnet. Let me begin. First step. Emotionally separate and level down mercilessly. Not establishing contact does not imply you should wait by your phone. It means starting to love yourself more rather than stopping loving her. This will turn chilly. Women do not hunt for a man lost from sight. They hunt a guy transforming in his absence. Go ghost, then radiate. She could be expecting silence. She looks for nothing except change. Go to the gym for the discipline rather than for appearances. Sort your money to help you to take control of your life, not to show off. Focus sharpens you. It's about developing unshakable resilience rather than numbing yourself. She is looking at your social media sites, just as you are growing into a weapon. Asking questions among friends both now. Seeing from the shadows. If she comes across the same needy, reactive, too available man she left, she will, nevertheless, forget you faster than a dream. But should she come upon a man unlike the one she turned away from, at that point regret begins to leak in. One develops an obsession with questions. No interaction benefits only you while you're working. She should then be left to sit in silence. More loudly than any book you could possibly send is silence screaming. Most men land here. They dash across the quiet. They start to panic several days without a reply. Men are emotional processors, but nonetheless. Girls, their feelings hover in their midst. They do not react always quickly. Silence is the weapon of choice. Someone vanishes and the mind goes crazy. That empty her brain has to be filled. She goes to pick her phone. She consults your name. She expects the hey, even though it never shows up. Days fly by, maybe for weeks. The quiet is practically unbearable today. She begins to wonder, why hasn't he followed up? He has passed me. Was my concern really all that important? Has he found someone even better? And let me tell you, unsolved questions annoy a woman more than anything else, especially in view of her experience of being chased. Silence writes the memory even if the link is faulty, but swiftly disturb that silence as well. You become dependent on one another. Predictability also makes one less appealing. Let her to feel your absence. Let her suffer quietly. Third step. Quietly, not desperately, reemerge. Once silence has done its thing, you don't just stroll back into her life with a ravenous hi. You linger just lightly on her. Perhaps this belongs on a story post. Maybe it's a picture shouting, I've leveled up. You never send her a DM. You let the breadcrumbs to settle naturally. You are not starting a discussion. You are restoring the emotional relationship without words. She then lashes out, "Hey, stranger." Your answer is what? You don't jump. You hold back a flush. You answer purposefully, coolly, measuredly, and delayed. She digs, "How have you been?" You mention, "Focused. Mostly motivated to be the version of myself I used to dream of. Others waste time living in the past. I have been sharpening my edge, building discipline, and headed toward my target." You show her not the emotional collapse she was looking for. Not liable, not hope, just reasonable assurance. She knows there is a change. You used to be predictable. Right now you are not readable. Her pull-in is driven by that conflict. She wants to know what changed, figure you out, and understand your quiet. But you are not giving her anything either. You still seem calm, gathered, strange. Every rapid reply, every minute delay, every assured pause reveals a lot. As you are not aiming to get her back under control. You sound like a man free from need for acceptance. And that is what brings her close. One phrase, Saint Austic, powerful. Allow her to spark the conversation. Let her know she is following another man exactly. Not one is participating in manipulating here. What this is emotional gravity. This is one benefit of moderation. You're not only returning, you're resurfacing like a storm. Fourth step. Surface like to a storm, not a recollection. You are not any dude just stopping in. You are the thunder she said to have passed, now louder, more pointed, and colder. Forward a photo. Not for the globe, especially for her. For you also. A real moment among your folks. Laughing and living. Nothing made. Not at all hopeless. Put something enigmatic in the caption. She won't understand yet, cannot ignore something. She wonders now who shot that picture. Why seems he even more flawless? Why do I sense that I am missing something? As she is now. Women do not follow disappeared males. They search for the males who vanish and then reappear unreachable. If she mails, try not to answer straight away. Let her be in that area. There is strength in that stop. That weight indicates to I respect my value. You are not participating in gaming. You are expressing dignity. Third, talk as though the prize is here. Most men collapse from this point. She opens herself. They also break. I really missed you so very terribly. I have given you some thought. Why did we ever call it quits? Burst. She is on vacation. Knowing she still possesses you makes sense. But a Stoic man writes from a different script. He remains calm, got together, somewhat distant. He remarks on things like, "Hope you are well. I had been locked in. Has lately been quite clear." These transcend mere words to be used here. Their sources of inspiration are inquisitive. What clarity is she now seeking? Does it have reference to me? Is he overlooked by me? She starts off looking for answers, because you cease to follow her. The woman hunting you is the one who senses you disappearing discreetly without notice. And when you speak like a guy with options, one who has gone through the fire and avoided displaying symptoms of need, at this she starts to question, did I lose the man he's becoming? And that truly marks the start of the hunt. If this relates to you more than just dating advice, and if a fire rising in your breast shouts, I will not be the man who begs, you have already started your metamorphosis. Subscribe to get the Stoic Guide. Where should we stay away from chasing? We generate. Our changes with time are evident. We bring others in. If you are among us, leave ghost mode in the remarks. Not only a man vanished from sight, men always live in their past. Let her hunt the phantom she will never be able to track. A man becomes amazing when he masters self-control, serenity, and purpose.